Holy crap, what's up everybody? We are here with the best 2v2 players in the world. How do I know? It's because it's the grand finals of the Nationwars 2v2 tournament. Lots of money on the line and a bunch of awesome teams smashing against each other. Thank you so much everyone out there in Subland for hanging out. This is Storm Gaming's Max Pex in the top left. Or top right, I guess. Him and Kelazur, Terran and Protoss combo. But the problem for them is they are playing against the guys who eliminated Team Korea. That's right, we have Team Americas over here. We've got Alpha X Estrella, hailing from a Wales. It's San Diego. He's from San Diego. That's it. Sorry guys, we won't do the initial original Dutch interpretation or translation of that, as it is a little bit fierce for some people out there. We'll try to keep it nice and PG-13. Special Mr. Juanito ready to raise his Doritos as well down here. And they are, of course, the clown president. The president of Clown College Australia. Special himself, a massive clown who loves his cheesy build orders and his proxies. So both of them are very crazy and chaotic. Now, the problem for them is that Kelazur from Brazil, Diego is incredibly smart, and MaxPax from the Denmark, that's right, the Denmark, not Denmark, the Denmark, I'm good with words, is actually a genius as well. He is the crown prince of Denmark. As a result, is unable to show his face, as he has to basically not be allowed out in public because they have to protect him. It's kind of like the princess in the tower, that sort of thing. But as it is, the Reaper's going to come out. MaxPax Probe will get caught here. Special's going to come forward. And this is going to be really interesting to see exactly what happens. We've already got people in Twitch chat telling me that Kelazur is Brazilian. Yes, he is. That's what I just said. That's what I just said, guys. Maybe that message came through earlier. Who knows? Stargate does go down, so it's going to be Stargate play, and it looks like just a factory coming down. Factory's pretty legit. Special is going to try to run past with his Reaper for a scout, I guess? Interesting. This is pretty dangerous. Is he going to just sack for an SCV? I don't think he gets much done here. There's an Adept on top of him. Special goes for a scout, sees the factory. Reaper will be going down. Indeed it does. His own command center goes down as well. He's done more of a TVT build order. He's building Hellions out of that quick factory. Starts his marine production up, and Estrella here is also going to play Stargate. But Estrella, did he go Nexus first? How early is this? Dude, it's 3 minutes and he's already up on 4 gas. Oh my god, Estrella is playing the greediest Phoenix build of all time. 2 Stargate Phoenix already. So even though MaxPax has the first Phoenix up and started, dude, he's just down on the probes. You could see he's down 28 versus 34. So Estrella's like, hey, Special, you can fight with these guys. I'm not going to help you at all. I don't even have one Adept out. You can defend on your own, dickhead. Special's like, what the hell? Estrella, help me, man. Estrella's like, dude, I'm a Protoss player. Anyone who's played random team games knows the sinking feeling when you see a Protoss player as your teammate. Because not only are their units very expensive, so it's kind of, and immobile, it's hard for them to support their teammate, but most Protoss players, anyone who's played random team can attest to this, they usually start off by just building a forge and cannoning up their own main base and ignoring their teammate and letting their teammate die. It is actually the norm. They're like, oh, don't worry, man, just hold on for 12 minutes, 1v2, and then I'll have some carriers. And you're like, are you serious, bro? This is your strategy in a team game? And they're like, yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty good, man. Can you not 1v2 those guys for 12 minutes? It's like, no, it's mathematically impossible. It's StarCraft, dude. You can't 1v2 people. It's not going to be a thing. Oh, we don't mind. Gets traded on the Marine. That's a good trade for Kelazur. Now, MaxPax does have the Phoenix advantage right now, but for how long? There's a slight supply block there. Australia's going to rush for the Fleet Bacon, interestingly. And Cloaked Banshees for Special? Ooh, okay, so Special wants to go Cloaked Banshees. Kelazur building tanks and marines after his Cyclone opening. It is 2 base versus 2 base right now. Looks like Estrella planning to take a 3rd base, though. He wants to continue this big air force and see what he can do with it. Ooh, Adepts coming on forward. Hellions are coming on out. And there we go. Hellion is going to go down as well. All right, let's see what happens. The Phoenixes are there. Already got people in chat calling me out. Oh, if you just go gas first and tanks, you can hold them. What about on maps where you don't share a base, mate? Number 1, you can't. Number 2, what if they drop you and hit where the tanks aren't, mate? It's a tough ask. They also can't, of course, defend their units. But hey, if you're going Phoenix, they'll cover you. Anyways, I don't actually know much about 2v2s or team games. There's people out there who claim they do, but I don't really know how competitive it is, right? I think I'd need to speak to PracticeX and ProTech. I don't know if ProTech can get a sentence out without screaming at whoever he's talking to. That's my impression from the 3 seconds of his stream I've watched, but it is what it is. Those guys play a lot of 2v2s in team games. Most pro gamers don't. Apparently it's really imbalanced, but I don't know why. That Banshee does only get a couple probes. I thought it should have been able to get more there, but it doesn't. Guys, Anion Pulse Crystals will be done for Estrella very shortly. Ooh, another Banshee does slide past. Special loves his Banshees in these 2v2s, man. Remember, for those of you who watched my first-person viewcast of him playing previously, you would know all about that. Now, oh, Estrella loses a Phoenix for free. Sloppy micro from him. Estrella is actually down to Phoenix right now as well. Rushing the Fleet Beacon, not that good. On the other hand, Estrella is up 7 probes with a much quicker third mining. Banshee comes on in. Missile turret. Kelazur was trying to be a bro and build a missile turret because MaxPack doesn't have a forge. But dude, the Banshee being very annoying there. And he's like, scan, scan, scan. But one Phoenix struggles. And wow, that was some of the worst focus fire I've ever seen from Special, guys. He just managed to split his attacks at the end there across 5 different probes, and he hit each of them once. He literally just did a Florencio. He's like, no, I'll damage them all, but kill none of them. Holy crap, Juanito. Guys, remind me to send a clip of that over to Juanito just so I can torture him and be like, what is wrong with you? How bad are you at this video game? For those who don't know, this whole tournament long, he was screaming on his stream and into voice chat at Australia going, I'm so fucking good. Yeah. So, you know, got to bring him back down to earth with something. The Banshee is going to come in and find a few more probes. As a Cyclone on one side, a missile turret on the other. So it will get taken out. Behind this, it's still Mass Phoenix. We haven't seen any air upgrades yet. Going up to 4 Stargates is Estrella. He's taking a 4th base. Special's got a 3rd up. Special, of course, is playing mech, as he loves to do in this matchup. And so is Kelazur. So they're both playing Skytoss mech, which apparently is the ultimate late game composition. I have heard that. These Widow Mines of Special bruising up a lot of those Phoenix. That's a good one. Pick up the Cyclone? Yeah, no, get out of there. Run, run, run. Right now, 2 Phoenix advantage for MaxPax. MaxPax is down 15 workers, but look at that. These Widow Mines. Oh, that could actually be really effective here. The Hellions get some volleys down on these Marines as well. They are going to do all right there, but Estrella really needs to make sure he doesn't get too outnumbered. Oh my god, are they both sharing money? Are they both dumping money to the Phoenix player? 5 Stargate Phoenix? I think they might have shared some money here, guys. I have a little inkling that the Terran players may have dumped a little bit of money into their Protoss allies. I'm not 100% sure. People can, of course, verify that. I don't actually know if they did that or not. It's very hard to notice when that happens. But dude, that's insane. The Phoenix coming in. He's going to go for it. Estrella's just diving. The Marines on the ground. He does not want to let those screw with the math. Of course, we bring up the units tab during these fights, but Estrella does rally 1 more Phoenix into its death. 2 more Phoenix Estrella. Oh no, it's a miss micro. He's still way up in economy, but he's lost his 4th now. So it's 3 base versus 3 base. He picks up the Marines, and then it goes back to Phoenix versus Phoenix. I think MaxPax, once again, probably taking better fights, but he's actually way down on the Phoenix count. This is closer to the base of Estrella. Estrella does have the numbers there, guys. I want to check that Phoenix lost count. It is 16 Phoenix have gone down for Estrella, 11 for MaxPax. That tells us something about just how effectively these units are being used. And of course, Phoenix coming on forward, looking for the pickoffs. The Phoenix here of Estrella going to try to come forward and fight it, but MaxPax has been stacking them way better. This one Marine on the ground lending his single man with gun firepower to try and change the math on this interaction. Estrella's Phoenix rallying in a little bit faster. They are all stacking right on top of each other, so neither side can focus fire. And at the end of the trade, guys, 28 Phoenix to 27, the tail end of that fight turned around massively. Now, Hellions do a drive-by. They kill a bunch of Kelazur's SCVs. He's looking for some probes as well. The Phoenix will get quite a few lifts, and the Hellions will eventually go down, but Kelazur has a turret siege tank contain at the front. Beautiful denial on these bases. This is really choking down Estrella and Special's economy. They have to expand to the top left of this map right now. Phoenix coming down the right side. Kelazur and MaxPax doing a very good job with this push, but SCVs are getting picked off, as are some of these Cyclones. Cyclones are chipping away and doing damage where they can. 19 Phoenix versus 14. Estrella in a massive lead in that Phoenix count. He's up 4 of them right now, and he's gone around with his Phoenix, so he's looking for the rally. The Phoenix do run forward, but Widow Mines and Missile Turrets going to defend there as well. Estrella finds a Phoenix. He does actually lose one of his Phoenix, so it was a 1-for-2 trade, but now a 1-for-3. Definitely good for him. He's going to get in there and start picking off probes and say, hey, come and fight me, dickhead. But MaxPax catches a few of his ones as well. More Hellions doing a drive-by. Oh no, the Widow Mines hitting the Phoenix. Oh, Estrella needs to get out of there now. He needs to get the heck out of Dodge. He's just lost so many Phoenix and taken so much damage on them. And those Hellions will get taken out. Special right now. He's trying to add some Thors in. Thors could do massive damage to the Phoenix. Phoenix are light units, so they take a lot of bonus splash damage. More of Estrella's Phoenix going down. I think Estrella's playing way too dangerous. He needs to get out of here. If he doesn't recall, he could throw this game by losing these Phoenix guys. He needs to recall right now. He needs to recall right now. He's taking too long. If he doesn't recall right now, he's going to get cornered. He's so dead. Oh no, Estrella. Oh, he's going to try and take the fight. He tries to, okay, he stacks up. He tries to run south. He's killing some of these, but this could turn south. He's also got to fly over Widow Mines and whatnot, I think, to get out of here. And oh, the tail end of this fight is so good for MaxPax. MaxPax taking a big 5 Phoenix lead there. And that was way too deep for Estrella, getting a little bit too excited. These players, of course, very good at picking fights in 1v1, but in 2v2, it's harder to coordinate and also to understand, like, hey, when's it a good fight? When's it a bad fight? There are Thors here that are still mostly hidden. They've mostly been a surprise factor, but it's a great tank-contained Widowmine. Cyclones coming in on the bottom as well. The Phoenix of MaxPax will pick off the Banshee. Cyclones can lock onto Thors and do okay versus them, but Thors, of course, kill them in 2 shots. So you got to be very, very careful. +1 upgrade for Kelazur. 1-1 about to finally finish for special. Hellions running in one more time. Oh my god, he's killed so many workers, dude. I don't know if there's a way to see units lost. Oh, there is. 17 probes went down for Estrella. 32 for MaxPax. 20 SCVs for Kelazur. Specials only lost 3. This is special tactics at their finest. He loves to harass his opponents down and try to do that damage wherever he can. And at this point, Estrella's getting +2 air weapons. +2 now starting up for MaxPax, who's already started the carrier transition off 17 Phoenix. Estrella has not started that transition yet. There's an argument behind Tempests being really good here, but of course, Tempests do lose to Thors. So if you go Tempests, you got to be kind of careful. Oh man, MaxPax. He's finally building a forge, but he needed cannons ages ago, man. He just keeps losing all of his probes. So many going out of specials run-bys. He's up to 47 probes killed this game. Somehow he still has 75 workers left. MaxPax just, you know, rebuilding as quickly as they go down. Look at this position. Oh, very cool position, but Estrella picking off the tanks and only taking a few hits from the Widow Mines and whatnot. Thors are going to move forward as well there for special. And look at that, clearing out part of the contain, but Kelazur answering with his own run-by. Oh, those probes stacking up. Juicy Lucy, big burning shots there for Kelazur. Clears out one of Estrella's mining base, knocks him down much lower in the probe count than when he wants to be. This army's starting to move forward on that right side. Hellions of Special do end up defending along with the Planetary Fortress. And the carrier transition starts. 6 carriers are out for MaxPax. The first 3 only now starting for Estrella. And he's going to try and build a few more of them. It is 5 Stargates for Estrella, 6 for MaxPax. As they both get into the mass air. Thors are going to be absolutely game-changing and messing up these sorts of units. 4 are out for special, 2 for Kelazur right now. And the carriers are going to break this front line. Oh, he dives in, tries to get one of the carriers, does Estrella, has to back off, doesn't quite get it, but then it stumbles into a missile turret. You're kidding me. Not every day you see that. It might have been the Widow Mine splash, actually, dragged into it from an interceptor. I'm not quite sure. The interceptor count very low right now for MaxPax as the Phoenix and the turrets are gunning them all down. And you still have a Phoenix advantage for Estrella. His own carriers coming forwards as well. He's thinking about taking out some of these units. Oh, the carriers are getting focused down, though. Both sides trying to focus Estrella. I think a little slower on the focus fire. He's going to pull back, but he loses 3 carriers. Oh, man, this is not looking great for Estrella. He's down to 0 carriers versus 6 more carriers on the way. MaxPax is on his way to 12 carriers. Hellions do drive in one more time for specials harassment, keeping them alive right now. But the air fight's being managed so well by MaxPax, and I think Estrella just being a little bit too sloppy compared to Max in these fights. He's lost 58 Phoenix to 45. 3 carriers have gone down on both sides. Okay, the Phoenix trying to take out the interceptors there. We've got Thors coming on forwards with lots of tanks. He does have 2-2 upgrades. Those Thors, they could change everything. They've got massive anti-air range. The Phoenix trying to pick up the tanks, trying to do what they can. But I think MaxPax's army might just be a little too big. Thor on the right side is getting taken down by the siege tank little by little. Specials tank gets a good amount of damage onto that. 14 Phoenix versus 13, 5 versus 8 carriers, both in favor of MaxPax right now. I don't know if Estrella can win this fight. He dives on it. He says, hey, we're closer to my base than yours. Let's just shift-click these carriers down and see how we go. And he does take out a lot of these carriers. It does feel like Estrella's taking a not awful engagement. Gets rid of every single carrier at least. Does lose a lot of his Phoenix, though, as well. And where are those Thors, man? They're a little bit far back. Some are fighting on that right side. It's Phoenix trying to do some damage as specials tanks go down. And those Thors starting to add a little bit of damage, but Kelazur's tanks wedged here in a crucial position, which means they can't get up to the top left to defend those bases. Thor's killing a Nexus, even just splitting a few more units can deny that top left. Estrella did manage to take the gold down here in the bottom center. That has gone unnoticed. Kelazur, though, floating to the bottom right as well. If Hellions can get out that right side, that would be huge. But notice that Kelazur is keeping them contained, keeping them locked in. The tanks have managed to isolate them. This Nexus goes down, and this is going to be massive. The Carriers and the Phoenix heading to the left side right now. We've got Thors and Hellions moving to the right side as well. Kelazur getting some big shots off. And dude, this is gonna be exciting to see where this one goes. Thor starting to shoot down some probes. Phoenix and Carriers blasting those probes apart. This base going down. Estrella and Special are running out of resources. They're getting choked out of this game. They need to do something. They need to do it soon. Without the Thors to support, though, it's very frightening. And Special gonna tap out. I don't think he even waited for Estrella to agree to leave the game. Estrella does finally GG as well. And oh no. A little bit of mutiny potentially in the ranks of Team Americas. Oh, all right, guys. Well, the Clowns got bopped in game one. They had a great start with their greed, but Special and Estrella did end up losing. I think Special did a pretty good job outside of miscontrolled Banshees, which I was making fun of him for. But I think it was Estrella who really was the one who needed to win those Phoenix fights, and he did not. He was down about 5-6 Phoenix very early in the units lost. And despite having such a greedy opening, he just wasn't able to capitalize on it. But this game, he's going to open up with a gold base. Oh, very cute. Max Packs opening up way more standard gate gas, Kelazur, barracks gas. So these guys are playing real chilled. Now, did they scout? Yeah, so Max Packs did scout. Very important to scout in 2v2. If you don't scout, you're actually so stupid, in my opinion. But guess what? Estrella and Special don't scout. Unless you only don't scout like 1 in 3 games. The thing is, like, if they just did a straight up cheese rush, like, and you don't scout, you guys just die. Like, do you know how hard it is to stop a 2v2 coordinated, like, rush? Man, if this was, like, double proxy gate and proxy 3RX Marine, you're just dead. Luckily for Estrella and Special, they get away with their absolutely obscene greed. I say this is, like, a crazy, silly risk. Guess what, guys? They're the presidents of Clown College for a reason. Kelazur's looking for proxies, but he doesn't see that Estrella, guys, is going gold base and a proxy at the same time. Is he going to recall probes to the gold, and then he's just going to do a like 5-gate proxy? Oh, so this is super greedy gold base into an all-in. Oh my god. Okay, so the thing is, they should realize there's a gold base, right? Because you saw 1 gas and no nexus. 1 gas and no nexus. He's either proxy gating you or he's going for the gold. So Kelazur comes in, sees the gold, and confirms his suspicion that, yeah, it's not a proxy, it's actually greed. Little does he realize that it's a bit of both. Special catches the Reaper. Uh-oh, careful, Kelazur. Get out of there, bro. Run. Special chases him towards the proxy, though, which is not very good for him. As Estrella says, seriously, dude? Why did you chase him over here? What the hell, man? And they now see the proxy gateway. They know that they will be under some heavy pressure behind this. There is, of course, a Stargate on the way. Max Packs going for the Phoenix War that he's so good at. And a command center and a nexus for both of them. But guess what, guys? It's full 1 base for Special. He's proxying his starport. 2 starport proxy! Oh my god! He's going to go double proxy Banshee? Liberate? I don't know what the fuck you do off this. On 1 base, you don't have enough gas for double port PC, guys. I don't even know. I do not even know. 2 Reapers and Alien are here as well, and we'll see exactly what goes on. Ooh, okay, the Adepts are there as well. Of course, for those just tuning in live, for some reason we have crazy viewership right now. I'm not quite sure why. But welcome, everybody. This is, of course, the 2v2 Nation Wars Grand Final, warming up for that amazing Nation Wars event, which will be going on in June. Stay tuned for that one. Hopefully I do get my hands on some of those replays after that event to cast it as well. But we'll see how it goes. Big attack right now. Gonna bypass the bunker and go straight for the mineral line, I think. Oh, Special runs in range of the bunker. A little sloppy. Does lose a Reaper there. You can see Max Packs and Kelazur gonna have to abandon that mineral line on the left side. There's a tank on the high ground. That can get some shots off, and that definitely can start to survive things and keep them alive. And it is actually 2 starport BC. Guys, this is such a gimmicky all-in. But it's so smart, man. Who's going to expect it? You're under so much pressure from all of this. Oh, Oracle does go in, though. 9-kill Oracle. Oh, damn. Estrella's gold base just went to Dicktown, man. Battle cruisers are on the way, though. The first one starts. Special has just got to save up 300 gas for the second battle cruiser. Come on. Come on. He's like, please, 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 please. There we go. Second battle cruiser does start up. now going to go for his first expansion at the 4.5-minute mark. Oh my god. And then he probably wants to get Yamato as well. So it probably should be Command Center and Yamato. Hellion does go down there. You definitely want to go Yamato if you're going 2 BCs, I think. But we'll see how it goes. There is a Void Ray out and another Void Ray on the way. MaxPax does not know about the starport. Do they know about the lack of expansion? Maybe. They still don't have all that much info. Estrella, of course, probing on up here. Yamato is on the way, as is that Command Center for Special. Estrella has not really transitioned, guys. He's taking a 3rd base, but he's just on basic bitch gateway units, so I think we need to see a Twilight Council and maybe Blink out of Estrella. I mean, it's not the best upgrade, but it's not bad either. And oh, the Void Rays. If they found this, it would be so big. Any warning of this would be massive. But guys, the BCs are almost here. Kelazur's massing tanks. They do not shoot up. He's building 1 Cyclone, which will help. And there is 2 Stargate Void Ray production. The problem with Void Rays is they get almost one-shot by Yamato. So they're not the best counter. That being said, the extra Void Rays with Prismatic Alignment will do massive damage to the battle cruisers very quickly. So I don't know. It's all about the numbers and where those Void Rays are. Go Estrella looking to fight. Oh, he's going to dive on the Marines. Oh, the Adepts are going to do a big old fight there. And guess what? The Void Ray is being distracted. A Void Ray counterattack comes in right now for MaxPax as the battle cruisers are about to fly in as well. The Adepts and the Reapers will pull back, denying MaxPax 3rd base. Single Void Ray. See what happens, guys. Oh, actually, with the shield battery, Special has to click the battery down first. The Void Ray has not activated Prismatic Alignment. It's getting blasted down, taking a lot of damage. Yamato Cannon still 22 seconds away. A lot of probes going down. MaxPax has to run away. It looks like, I think the other Void Rays recalled. Indeed, they did. They might have killed a few of Special's SCVs, but that was about it. Void Rays are coming after them. Time to get out of there, Special. You need to leave! And he barely gets out of there. No chance to use Yamato. Adepts are shading in. A few more SCVs go down. They take out a tank, but the Adepts will fall. MaxPax and Kelazur are hanging on like champions right now. And here we go. Okay. He's going to Yamato the damaged Void Ray because that one will get one shot. That battlecruiser will fly out. He's going to try and get this 4th battlecruiser out. Oh, Void Rays do a lot of damage. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And if he teleports at home, he should be fine. Nicely done by Special. Oh, he's even going to be greedy. Look at that. He gets a few shots off. One shots the Void Ray after damaging it, and he does teleport home. And that means he still has 4 battlecruisers left alive that he can use over the next few minutes in this game. That is awesome. Now, of course, anyone confused by the scoreboard, of course, overlays don't work very well with 2v2, guys. So we can't actually flip the position of the players the way we can in 1v1. But that is actually correct. 1-0 for Kelazur and MaxPax. And of course, no games for Estrella and Special. The gateway finally getting taken down. And we do have Flux, Veins, Void Rays on the way for MaxPax, who has now taken out the starport. So remember that Special's economy is so shit, guys. So even though Estrella's up on 4 bases now, Special has nothing, dude. He's making mag field cyclones off 1 factory. He doesn't even have an expo up. He's got the 4 battle cruisers, which will definitely be annoying, but it feels to me like MaxPax 50 probes, Kelazur 56 probes. Even though they're both significantly below Estrella, they're way ahead of Special, especially when it comes to production and infrastructure. Multiple Stargates, fleet beacon, multiple factories building up. Special's going to go in. Might be worth Yamatoing the Nexus if he thinks he can kill it. Oh, Cyclones on the left side. Those are definitely valuable targets. And will Yamato 1 siege tank. Can he Yamato a Cyclone as well? Teleport him, teleport him, teleport him. Oh my god, Special. Okay, the Void Rays and the Cyclones do so much damage. Doesn't risk it, just teleports home. Very wise there. You got to be really careful when there's this many super high damage units. You got to be very careful. Void Rays are out. Estrella trying to swap into 3 Stargate Phoenix. Phoenix do counter Void Rays because they can move and shoot. Especially with the power of Stalkers helping them out. Does he have enough? Right now, he's only got even numbers, which is, of course, not good, but he's building them 4 at a time. They build very fast. Doesn't have a battery in his main, but he is nearby. Oh, MaxPax thinks he's coming in for a sneaky base snipe. Little does he realize, oh no, there's Phoenix. Oh, recall. Okay, good recall for him. Lots of teleporting being abused in this matchup. Only loses 1 Void Ray. And he does see the Phoenix, which is very important. Now, does he just keep making Void Rays and go carriers from here? He might just go for the tanky army. But a fleet beacon goes down behind this for Estrella as well. I think it's a bit hard to catch up in the Phoenix count, so doubling down on Void Rays and saying, well, at least they're not light units. You might have units that are a little bit better, but the Void Rays are more multi-purpose. They can shoot down as well. I can focus down the enemy tanks and battle cruisers and that sort of stuff, and I can always add carriers in and whatnot as well. Ooh, Void Rays getting a Phoenix or 2 there. Very nice. And Estrella, he's got to be very on point with those Phoenix. He's got to redeem himself after that first game, right? Oh, Command Center snipe, not bad. Special being a bit of a cheeky dickhead here. Doesn't get that Widow Mine. It survives on 2 hit points, and uh-oh. A little bit greedy here. Special. He just wanted to get a bit too much damage. He loses one of his battle cruisers. Now, obviously, he's killing a lot of tanks, so I think this is still pretty awesome for him. But look at this. Max comes in with a surprise. Oh my god! Ah, they literally just clicked on that battle cruiser and it just disappeared in like half of a second. Oh my lord. Oh my god. Big thanks Waterboy and Cox, by the way, and everyone else who's subbing on the stream. If you guys are enjoying the game, don't forget to check out the Patreon down in the description below, as YouTube ad money doesn't really pay too much, but it does make a big difference, those who either hop on the Patreon and go above and beyond. So thank you for that. The Void Rays going to be poking down the left side. Economy check-in. Estrella, disgusting. 81 probes. 57 for special, so he's done a good job of recovering. His infrastructure's still kind of shitty, but, he's got some factories. He can, he's got an armory going. He's gonna start pulling his own weight in the near future. And you got to remember that Kelazur, even though he was way ahead compared to special, I mean, he's been losing so many tank cyclones to these battle cruisers, and because of that, he's only now kind of getting up some more units. And these Phoenix are relentless. They keep picking off SCVs trying to build his command centers. There's a lot of Phoenix, more than there are Void Rays. Remember, they can move and shoot a little bit smoother than the Void Rays as well. Oh man, I think the Phoenix are winning this fight pretty hard, dude. There's so many Phoenix still alive. The Cyclone getting a lock-on does chase them back temporarily. There's 25 versus 14. The numbers were much more even before that fight started. The Phoenix count looking really good. The Thor says, get out of here. You cannot lift up massive units with Phoenix. So that is, of course, something that they literally cannot deal with on their own. Archons, Thors, and the like. Got some Cyclones here. The Phoenix is going to come forward as well. Oh! Special did unsiege his tanks, which is a little bit of a bummer. But once again, the Void Rays are just getting wiped, man. The Phoenix are dicking him. He's going to come forward again. The Void Rays exposing themselves. The Phoenix killing a few more of them. And it feels like Estrella is smashing the air fights this time around. That swap into the Phoenix, off the proxy gate forward, off of the gold base economy boost, and Estrella has just taken so many bases. Special taking a 4th base as well. The battle cruisers are still alive. 17 kill Sergeant, 11 kill Sergeant, 17 kill Captain for Special. And these Phoenix controlling the center. Carrier transition is underway. +2 air is going to kick in for Estrella. +3 and +1 armor's already on the way for Maxback, so he's definitely catching up on the upgrades. And I kind of feel like, hey, you've got a good Thor force on the ground for Kelazur. Maybe at this point, you just go Tempests, because you can outrange most stuff. And if he can just cover you with some Thors on the ground, some mines, some turrets, some tanks, maybe Tempest is the best way to go. Both sides, of course, are going for the more standard carrier army right now. They do scan and see that he is indeed making the transition into carriers. In the bottom, Special's going to come in one more time and take out these missile turrets. Of course, Yamato basically one-shotting those as well. Yamato does 240 damage. Both Void Rays and missile turrets have 250 hit points, so they are in that very fragile zone. Phoenix does go down there looking for the pick-off. The Void Rays do force the battle cruisers back. Another Phoenix goes down. Don't want to throw these Phoenix away. They're still a huge boon. They could crush the air fight just by focusing down those carriers. Alien Cyclone moving down the left side, but Kelazur has been putting Widow Mines everywhere, and they're such a good unit for controlling the pace of how this game goes. Cyclones could always take out a planetary on the left, though. Nice Widow Mine damaging those Hellions. Not many mobile units. If Kelazur loses this base, that would be huge, and he could just lock on from out of range of it. But he accidentally locks onto the missile turret with one of those Cyclones, and the other one does need to lock on as well. The Hellions are just going to focus down. They're repairing SCVs. Planetary taking a lot of damage. Pickup to take out some of these Widow Mines. Very nicely done by Estrella. And look at that, outranging the Planetary, but unable to get the kill just yet. Max backs, his carriers coming in, and his Void Rays. The Thors are finally here. But that was a really good trade, I think, for Special and Estrella, finding some great value. Oh, hot damn, the Swiss. Thank you, mate. Appreciate the love there. Battle Cruisers on the top right. 19 kills, 15 kills. Specials, Battle Cruisers, man. They're getting that Battle Cruiser attacks. Estrella breaks the tank line on the right side. They force the Thors all to the bottom left. And now he's going to take the air fight. The Battle Cruisers teleport out of there. The Phoenix Carrier happy to dive on top here. Estrella doubting himself for a moment. He needs to commit 100% to this fight. I don't think he should be pulling back at all. He does pull back the carriers, takes out a few more of the enemy carriers, but I think Estrella needed to maybe be a little more decisive in that fight there. His carrier count is now down by 3 on MaxPax. MaxPax is also getting +3/+2 upgrades, so maintaining an upgrade advantage. Oh! Hellion run by, boom, boom, burn, 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 boom, boom. More burn, burn, and some boom booms locking onto the planetary with one of these cyclones. Of course, you need to manually lock them on, which is why only one of them locked on. Otherwise, the AI will only lock on to one enemy target at a time. Almost all the repairing SCVs are gone. The planetary is very low. The Void Ray, MaxPax says, I got you, bro. The cyclones, though, can take out a Void Ray almost instantly with Magfield. It's going to go in and keep on locking on. You got to defend that base, bro. Oh, man. Remember, it does 800 damage over 14 seconds for each Magfield. It's a crazy amount of DPS that comes out of that to enemy armored units. And of course, the planetary is indeed armored. And these carriers are going to go down and clear it up. But still, Estrella and Special with the momentum. They're very close to maxed. Kelazur low on units right now. And the spread of bases, this base being so far on the top right, this base so far on the top left, is presenting attack opportunities and angles. There's only one battle cruiser left. It hasn't been repaired at this point. Special has deprioritized that. He's focusing on his 3-1 upgrades. He's going for the 4th-based gas as well. I would like to see him continue expanding, but being double max, I don't know if the top team can defend. Kelazur and MaxPax, great carrier count. That's awesome. But there's only a few Thors on the ground. 6 Thors, no Widow Mines, nothing else. Mama's here. Ooh, okay, the cloaking could complicate things. Special's going to have to drop scans during these fights. Yamato does go down. Cleaned up one Void Ray there. Carrier count 11 versus 16. 5 more carriers for MaxPax. Will that be enough? The Thors are here. 8 Thors for Special. 6 for Kelazur. I think Kelazur, though, is focusing on splash damage mode, whereas its high impact payload mostly for Special. You can see his Thors have those big cannons out on their shoulders, and they are actually trying to focus fire the carriers. Despite that, though, Estrella's carriers get absolutely wiped, and MaxPax says 1v2 me, dickheads! Now, carriers suck ass versus Thors, but despite that, he is overwhelming them. MaxPax, the god tier gamer that he is, literally just absolutely smashed through both of those armies. No way. Guys, Kelazur is at the exact same supply at the end of that fight as at the start. MaxPax dropped 50 supply. Estrella and Special were both maxed. They dropped down to about 120 supply for a bit there. They're back up building their army now. But dude, MaxPax, he's got 3-2 upgrades. He's got better micro. And he just seems to be taking these fights better. Special's going to come in and try and deny Kelazur's base in the bottom left with that. But right now, Estrella and Special need to pull back, lick their wounds, regather their forces. Special is going for Ravens. He's saying, okay, fine. I'm going to interference matrix these carriers. Since you don't seem able to deal with them. I mean, MaxPax is obviously way more experienced with Skytoss than Estrella. Estrella is more of a ground boy. He builds carriers when he has to, whereas MaxPax builds carriers whenever he can. And that does mean he's got, of course, a much deeper experience pool with them. Not to mention that he just had more carriers. There was still a lot of Phoenix in the mix for Estrella, which are not as good units in this endgame situation now. That gold base is still mining just a tiny bit of gas there. It's worth protecting, mostly to secure this base in the bottom left, but Kelazur and MaxPax are still going for it. MaxPax is down 3 carriers now, so Estrella, I mean, he should have better army, but 12 Void Rays kind of change that, don't they? Hellions down here denying the mining. That Nexus will fall. 11 Thors, 3 Ravens for Special. 7 Thors for Kelazur. Kelazur has +3 attack. Doesn't have armor upgrades for them, but as long as they're not tanking, which they're usually not, it doesn't really matter. Void Ray carrier looking for some snipes. Estrella's got to be careful. Get these carriers out of here. Rally to the right, to the right, to the right. Rally off to the right side. Oh my god, these carriers are going to die. That one's going to die as it pops, yeah. Oh, carrier goes down as it pops. Another carrier in the open there as well. Looking mighty exposed. Hellions are getting intercepted. Special wanted to go for a counterattack. Oh, they're going to try and jump on the ground army of Kelazur. Kelazur's like, screw it. Okay, if they don't want to fight you, I'm going to run home. I'm not going to 1v2 them. I'm not MaxPax. I don't have mass carrier. He's going to run back very smart. Special and Estrella are not willing to fight this army, even though they have a much better army right now. And this is huge. MaxPax is tearing up their production and economy. Kelazur needs to keep running, though. He cannot stand and fight. Kelazur needs to just keep running back and wait for MaxPax to recall. He's left his tanks there. MaxPax is going to recall. They're going to turn and fight at this Nexus. They've got some missile turrets as well. The Thors are here. This is it. The Thors need to focus fire the carriers for Kelazur. Kelazur trying to help out the Void Rays. And the carrier's a bit slow to focus fire. I think MaxPax messed up the micro, guys. He lost all of his carriers basically the moment he recalled in. The mass Thor. Anti-armor missiles and interference matrices went down for Special as well. He had 14 Thors. crushing that fight while Kelazur's Thors were off to the left side. And it felt like every carrier died before they could even launch interceptors. They needed to recall further back, gather up a little bit further back and give themselves time to set up for that fight. But even if they did, can they handle that many Thors from Special? I don't know. Kelazur does have a nice arc of Thors on the high ground. He's got these 10 Thors. He needs to keep control of the ramp, of course. But it seems like MaxPack's ever-expensive army, the 1v2 army that he used earlier, has been worn down. And even though Kelazur's still got these mining bases in the bottom left, MaxPack says the top right. Estrella's also got a mining base or two as well. He's still building units. We've got Tempests on the way for MaxPack's Desperation unit to try and pick these off from afar. Raven's still out front here. Special is going to lose that siege tank if Kelazur scans, but Kelazur actually kind of looking to pull back a little bit. I'm going to pull to the right side. Hellions are still being annoying down there. Special's got the very, very good army. How many Ravens do we have? Just this one. Just one Raven right now. Hellions should be just hold positioning behind mineral lines at this point, and I think he's going to do that. Doesn't look like the fight's happening right now. The Raven does go down. Anti-armor missile answers it, but not going to change too much as these are very high damage units. Hellions are denying mining on that base. This Nexus in the top right will go down. Splitting your armies up is really dangerous. They're going to try and fight Special on his own right now. Special will take out the Void Rays pretty quickly. Remember, there's no carriers to mess things up here. The Void Rays are getting blasted. And oh man, the Tempests and the Void Rays get smashed by the Thor's range. And even though Special is, of course, outnumbered and outgunned, he's got more Thor's carriers, Void Rays coming from the right side. The tanks are sieging for Kelazur. Tank Thor, can he do it with this army? It looks like he is going to break out of the contain. Kelazur still has a very impressive supply, but MaxPack is completely broke. All of his money is gone right now. And the income disparity, I think, means that Estrella and Special should have a little bit more. Special has relanded this base. He's going to transfer workers up there. Estrella still has that base. Estrella's retaking this one as well. 5 Tempests are out for MaxPack's 1 elite sniper squad, and that's about it. He can pick off carriers from afar. Can't do much else, mate. Cannot do much else. Void Rays will take out Kelazur's base as well. These, of course, Tempests do 67 damage a shot to carriers. Times 5, that's almost one-shotting a carrier. Not quite. Ooh. Void Ray does go down. Going to come forward. This push needs to push their economy into the ground. MaxPack's on only 11 probes behind this. He can't really contribute anything, as we've been saying. Kelazur is maxed, though. But is it going to be enough to take him down? Remember that Special has an armor upgrade. Kelazur is on +2 armor at this point, actually. He did add armor upgrades. Never mind, guys. I'm blind. Void Rays are coming forward. Uh-oh, Estrella. Don't want to lose those voids, bro. Okay, income tab. 2,000 minerals for Kelazur, but it's about 3,500 combined for Special and Estrella. It's been so hard for them to win this game. Ever since that big botched engagement up here where MaxPack's 1v2'd them, I thought MaxPack's might resurrect them from a very bad situation, but as it is now, it looks a little bit dicier. If these Thors can get spread out, they could change everything. Anti-armor missiles do go down. Void Rays blasting these units apart. Tanks are sieging. Thors on the high ground looking good for Kelazur, though. The Void Rays are starting to take down the Tempests. The Tempests are falling. It's down to the mech battle, which it looks like Kelazur's tank line should be able to win this fight in the top. Oh my god, Special and Estrella take another disastrous engagement in the exact same spot as last time. Last time they got 1v2'd by MaxPack. This time they got 1v2'd by Kelazur. Special and Estrella, masters of Clown College, the presidents of it. But dude, are they throwing this game? They're taking such bad fights. Oh my god, let's look at the units lost tab. I feel like it's been disastrous for them, but if we look at the units lost, I don't know, that says pretty even. Like, yeah, you've lost about 90,000, they've lost about 85,000. It's not a big difference. Aliens are going to come in and deny yet another mining base. Void Rays are here, but they can't fight those Thors just yet. Here come the carriers. Okay, 6 carriers. I don't know where the hell these guys were during all of this, but finally going to take these Thors out. And we'll protect this expansion of Special. I can imagine the comms are getting absolutely crazy right now. I bet Special is screaming. He's like, no, why are you not doing the thing, man? You're playing Protoss. Why aren't you just winning? Estrella's like, what are you talking about, man? Of course, Estrella is kind of zen and chill and serious on their voice chat. And Special, on the other hand, is 100% pure, unadulterated 12e screaming into the microphone. But at the end of it, they still had enough of an advantage, and Estrella and Special are able to counter-push to the victory there. That's tied up 1-1. Alright, it's tied up 1-1. Let's see if anything changes in this series. Psystorm Gaming special in the top left. I love the 2-port BC on 1 base last game. Estrella in the top. We do have split bases, but there's a shared ramp down here. Most of the maps are pretty safe these days, and it looks like a very early probe gets spotted going across the map. Kelazur is also going for a proxy barracks. Oh my, so it's double proxy racks is what Kelazur was planning. Estrella was planning to proxy gate, I think, but I think he's now built a pylon at home because he got spotted and said, oh, okay, no, abandoned plan. Same thing, Special pulled his SCV back to follow the SCV. So Special and Estrella were both planning to go for proxy barracks, proxy gateway, and then they saw early SCVs coming and they just immediately went, nope, barracks at home, pylon at home. Not the smoothest opening, but it isn't for Kelazur either. He did the same thing. He went, oh, I've been spotted, build a barracks, build a gas. So we've already had two sides abandon their proxy plans and just try to go towards a more normal game. Estrella obviously wants to get an expansion up there, and he is going to do that. It's a 17 expand Nexus. What? Estrella, what is this? I think he just didn't want to get it blocked, maybe. Be funny, though, if he keeps saving Chrono, and then he just tries to go for like a parting build, like a proxy third gate or something. If he runs out with this probe, hides over here, he could proxy a gateway and go for like 3-gate adept. Special, going double gas again. TVT openings are very double gas heavy, and I always tell people, if you're going to play team games and you really don't know what builds to play, just take any mirror matchup build from your race. If you do that in team games, it's a really good way of making sure you don't die. Because if it's Zerg, you're probably making safety Banelings early, that sort of stuff. Or, you know, if you're Protoss, you're probably playing like a 2-gate opening. And if you're Terran, you're opening up very fast Factory, a couple Reapers, couple Hellions. Just doing this sort of stuff generally keeps you very safe in 2v2. And you can see MaxPax following that. He's going 2 Adepts into a Stargate. This is a PvP opening, right? Now, Kelazur is going for the fast expand on the high ground after his proxy got scouted. Estrella's gone for the quick Nexus, so he's playing the expand, while Special is playing the very safe mirror matchup build. So we've got kind of the aggressive / safe mirror matchup build for Special. It's going to match up against the 2-gate adept of MaxPax. Don't really know who's going to win out there. As long as Estrella gets a Stalker or 2 to help, it should be good. Stargate is almost finished for MaxPax. Wonder if he opens up with an Oracle or goes straight for the Phoenix. I think an early Oracle can do really big damage, especially after you've both had delayed proxy openings. Adepts are coming forward. He's got to be careful to keep these Reapers alive, but with a Stalker there to help tank, the Stalker is so good at just tanking against Adepts and Reapers, so I think this is totally fine for Estrella. He wants to stutter step with the Stalker, but in this scenario, I think his job is basically to just stand there and take some hits, while Special's Reapers do some damage as well. 2 Reapers and a Hellion will run forward, but Killers are using that grenade to get out of there. Of course, the Adepts did shade into the main base. Sorry, I thought they were shading backwards. They were actually shading forwards. And they do take out a couple of probes and some mining time. Not bad at all. Disrupting Estrella's income. And we've got Oracles on the way, guys. Already one out. A second one on the way as well. MaxPax will lose another Adept there, though. And the next 2 Adepts are here, but they are a little bit outnumbered. MaxPax is going to try to run away. Ooh. These Stalkers will make quick work of it. He's going to lose both of these Adepts. Oracle has its work cut out for it. MaxPax, though, finds an undefended mineral line. Oh my god, already 4 probes and even more mining time. And I think MaxPax's aggression has definitely paid off. He's got his own Nexus on the way now as well. He can probe up behind this, but oh god, they do need something at home. Hello? Hello? Okay, the Oracle plus the Marines and the Hellion come down. The Oracle will take out a Hellion, and he's even going to take out some of these Reapers as well. Oh, this is really good value. He's got another Oracle coming back here as well. He's about to run out of energy, but he does get that Reaper. Well done by MaxPax, and Special, remember, delayed his expansion a lot. Built a lot of Reapers and Hellions this game. He does have one Viking out. He's going to build some Widow Mines, start swapping his buildings around. Estrella is going for a Twilight, so we're going to see ground Protoss from Estrella. He does not want to get stuck in a Phoenix War against MaxPax. MaxPax is also saying, well, you're not going Stargate. I'm just going to play 3-gate into Twilight, 1 Void Ray for safety. We'll see how we go. Cyclone is picking off some of these units in the map. Very nicely done there. MaxPax probe still getting hunted. Both sides are fighting for map control right now. The Widow Mine's just there to the top right. All right. Sneaky Widow Mine. Sneaky Widow Mine could be really, really bloody good. And of course, we got the Viking there as well. Okay, Reaper is going to take some damage. Does go down. Double gas on the natural for MaxPax. Makes it kind of look like he's just teching up to mass Stargate play. But he's not. He's actually going Blink and a DT Shrine Does lose one Oracle there, doing another run by. Looks like Australia's only lost 8 probes this game, but he has lost a lot of mining time. 4 probes, of course, for Max Packs. At the end of it, though, Australia's up 10 workers. And if you're both playing ground and blink, that full natural versus the almost no probes on your natural feels way better for Australia. And there we go. Cyclone does at least pick off a pylon. Blink is not done yet. Killazur's got to get out of there, bro. Oh, that's sloppy. Well done by Australia. Catches that. That's so funny that they're signaling, guys. MaxPax and Killazur and these guys, I don't think they've shared unit control at all, which you can understand if you use control group stealing a lot and stuff, and you don't want to accidentally control group steal their units and use them in big fights, but there are scenarios where you notice something they don't, and having to just ping it and wait for them to react is a little suboptimal, so I guess there's a debate around which one's better to use. Ooh, Cyclone's a Viking. Run, 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 run. Get out of there, bro. Oh, he's dead. Nah, you're dead. There's no way, man. Nice. The Oracles have been shut out of this map. Special, 46 probes. Going up to a third base. Australia, 45 probes going up to a third base. MaxPack's economy is still really bad in this game. These DTs need to do a lot. Australia's also going DTs and indeed even blink for those Dark Templar. Tanks and turrets are defending though. Having a turret nearby the front means they won't do that much. Is there any detection? Special has 2 scans available right now, and there is no detection for Australia whatsoever. Oh, MaxPax. He's one of these guys who's so good at picking when to go Dark Templar. He knows so well how to do it. Okay, there are still 2 scans available, but dude, oh, this is so painful. This is so painful. There's a Stalker Skirmish on the other side, but it's not really doing that much. It looks like, I mean, there's DTs that will run in for Australia to do counter damage. This DT, though, has already got 9 kills before it goes down. This one in the main, 6 kills. It's going to get even more. It's hard to coordinate where you want your teammate to go. These probes are just getting slaughtered, and Australia's income is getting dragged down into the gutter where MaxPax's economy already was. So MaxPax very happy to drag Australia's economy to Dicktown, even getting more of Special's attention over there. The main is still not mining right now for Australia. Look at this. The probes are all running away. Great job by Australia to scramble and survive with as many probes as he could, but this was still a very nasty situation. Checking in on the units lost, 15 probes went down. A few more of MaxPax probes went down, but not too many. Special has also lost 16, 17 SCVs, which means he's still losing them. Another DT goes back in. Oh man, MaxPax is getting so much value out of this. And you can see the economy is actually dead even after those Dark Templar, getting him back in the game brilliantly. Very well played there by MaxPax. Senses the moment to get the Dark Templar out, and him and Killazur are back in this game economically. Okay, we got Stalkers over there as well. Okay, Stalker Void Ray. He's got a few tanks. Tanks are deadly at this stage of the game, and Special's building 3 of them at a time. But guess what? I don't know if Killazur has actually got that big of a rally. Oh, I like the way they're moving. They're trying to ambush on the left side, picking off units, forcing the siege. Special's got his siege up in front of this. Killazur's gonna have to respect this. There's a lot more tanks behind that. It's not just one tank. I think they might think it's just one tank. Oh, they're gonna go for it. But dude, this is very costly for MaxPax. And he's going to try and blink his Stalkers forward and just shove through. They do manage to shove through. The flank was very late for Australia and Special. I don't know where all their Stalkers are, mate. Where'd all their Stalkers go? Oh, he recalled them back. He recalled them back. I don't know if they were dealing with DTs or something else, but... Oh, they were! Warp Prism DT! Warp Prism DT went in the main! I'm sorry, guys, I didn't notice that. Oh, MaxPax, you genius. He said, hey, look, Warp Prism DT is going to force you to deal with that at home. Let's break your tanks at the front. Get our tanks in range of your third. Yes, I sacrificed my Stalkers, but this is such a nightmare for you to deal with. And he's like, please get Revelation Energy. Please, 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 please. Oh my god, he finally can Revelate that Dark Templar and deal with it. But dude, MaxPax, the slaughterer, the Dark Templar douchebag, 9 DTs, sounds like a lot, but when you've killed 37 probes, 32 SCVs, it's well worth it. It's so worth it, dude. MaxPax DTs, keeping him and Killazur in this game. Killazur is still way out in supply. Of course, MaxPax does need to actually build a proper army. He's going Charge, Immortals, +1 attack. He does probably need to take a 4th base to continue his economic growth, but right now they deny the 3rd of Australia, knock him back to 2 base. And this is keeping the base count a little bit better for our southern team. Killazur and MaxPax are up on 6 bases versus 5 right now. Liberator, nice siege on the Liberator. He's going to get a few of these tanks. MaxPax needs to deal with that Lib, but there's a lot going on. It's hard to coordinate in these situations. Oh, Stalkers on the high ground, but the tanks do clip them. Very fancy maneuvers on both sides. Liberator's going to come forward again. There's no Stalkers there right now. Kelazar just has to unsiege all of his tanks and try to get out. Oh, those DTs do blink back and save themselves. Stalkers coming forward. Estrella with some very risky maneuvers. And I think he's saying go, 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 but the miscommunication has got to be real. Special and Estrella are both hesitating. It feels like we're watching two people try to control one body right now. One arm's going one way, one arm's going the other. But this Liberators have just been absolute Chad mode. Yet again, though, the Prism came back in, warped in another DT, and he says, hey, Estrella, how's that economy going, dickhead? How's it going? Estrella's economy down in the dumps still. And it's all because of MaxPax's relentless DT play. His Stalkers are trying to be annoying, but Kelazar stabilized and dealt with it. There is a big counter push coming, though. MaxPax, you've got to get rid of these Liberators for him, mate. You've got to get rid of these Liberators. He does get rid of one of them, blinks back before those tanks blast all of his Stalkers away. These are causing a ruckus. Okay, Kelazar needs to get out some Cyclones, is what he's building. Thors would be better. They have much longer range. Stalkers looking to come forward. A lot of the tanks unsieged right now. A dangerous move for Estrella, but this does allow the tanks of Special to move up. So the tanks are going to take out yet another siege tank there. He's going to keep trying to use these Liberators and tanks to march on forward. Special with such a scary army, guys. It felt like MaxPax got them back in this game, and I do think if he trickles DTs into this army, he could do it. He's sending more Zealots in as run-bys right now, trying to distract them, trying to pull them away. But Kelazar, he needs to build tanks himself. He's lost most of his tanks now. He's a little slow to get that one up, but there we go. Gets the Liberator, very important. Zealots in all of these bases, guys. I like the way he split the Zealots up. Goes after different bases, different mineral lines to cause as much havoc as possible. He's trying to do as much with as little as he possibly can. And, I mean, this is what you do. I was getting into some AoE 2 and AoE 4 team games a few months back, and I gotta say, guys, you know, when you're down but not out, what do you do to make a comeback? You split knights into 4 players' bases at once in a 4v4, and then you laugh because nobody can handle run-bys at low level. This isn't a low-level game, but MaxPax is still trying to apply the same philosophy of, like, if I put a Zealot here, a DT here, a Zealot there, a DT here, a Zealot here, a DT there, let's watch you struggle. And it is indeed a struggle. Now, he's not able to micro every single one because so much is going on. And the DTs of Australia did run in. Looks like they killed a cannon as well. Forced a response there. Special's getting in deeper and deeper. Another Liberator gets a couple of kills here. Will that tank get out? Yeah, nope, no it won't. And a Cyclone rallying in as well. Dude, he needs a Thor. I mean, it's just that simple. Kelazar needs a Thor and high-impact payload to really just clean these up much easier. Right now, MaxPax cannot really help against this, and they're just getting contained, controlled. Special with this counter push. After so many DT backstabs causing them problems, they are finally getting in control. Remember that Estrella's economy is still trash, but he's doing something with his Dark Templar on the left. He's got Stalker Zealot there. This giant Zealot run by for MaxPax, though, with DTs as well, could be massive. If that can get up in the economy, that could be huge. He's actually going for a flank. He's going to flank. He's going to try and break this. He wants to break this army, but Special sees it, and he's like, dude, I got mass Hellbat Cyclone here. Hellbats with Blue Flame will ruin those Zealots. Oh, they don't have Blue Flame, actually, but they're doing all right. The Stalkers come back as well. The tanks get broken. Oh, this is an incredible break. Even with the stasis trap there, freezing some Zealots, Kelazar has enough army. He's going to break out of this. I thought Special and Estrella had dragged their ass back into this game. They will pull back and reassert control over that choke point. Estrella is killing a base over on the right side with the DTs as well. And guys, Estrella has reestablished the 3rd base. He has a 4th down there as well. So that is going to be 7 bases for Special and Estrella. And right now it looks like we are on 7 bases, or back to 7 bases for Kelazar and MaxPax. But dude, they're going to say 7 bases versus how many? How many was that, Pig? They kill almost every probe on this base. They've got a great position. MaxPax continuing to trickle DTs in constantly. This DT of Estrella trying to blink out of there as well. The DT blink play has been fantastic. Tank does some friendly fire, but does end up defending. And it's back to, as I said, 6 bases on the northern team. Kelazar and MaxPax are still on 7, and they even defended base number 8. The DTs did not finish getting that kill. More economy for the southern team, but still a massive supply for Special, and Estrella playing a very scrappy game with a handful of Stalkers and DTs. There is so much action all over the shop. A few Hellions and Cyclone, a few Stalkers, but look at that. MaxPax has enough to deal with it. The base does go down, though. And actually, he's going to try and fight. Estrella says, hey, I think I have enough DTs. I think I can just win this battle. But he is throwing away all of his Stalkers and DTs, which are very expensive units. He misjudges it. Maxbax holds him off. Maxbax and Estrella are both below 100 supply. The two Terrans, the Mech Boys, looking much more solid, up at 185 for Kelazur, 157 for Special. The question is, what is the quality of these units, and can you push through that choke point? Kelazur, thankfully, does not want to do the charge of the Light Brigade there into the heavy guns. So he does pull back from that choke point. He's going to have to move around. Special trying to set up these contains yet again. Maxbax Dark Templar are so annoying, but Estrella does shut that one down a little bit quicker than the previous run-ins. Italian Psycho move on that right side. Kelazur is going to siege up on this high ground as well. The Oracle, the hero of map vision, is going to track that army fantastically. This base is getting rebuilt. Special's going to take a 4th base, back up to 7 bases for him. And oh man, Estrella is still down on supply. The Disruptors could be game changers, but oh! Ooh, blink forward and focus fire. Maxpax, Chad Gamering it. Special's got to be careful. These libs are sacred, man. But that's going to get at least a few of these tanks. Look at that, the Psycho even gets one. Very well done, forcing them back. Tanks on the bottom left are going to get cleaned up by the Oracle. Juice to the gills on energy. Mass DT Zealot warp in against Estrella's Zealot Stalker warp in, but he pulls back. Battery overcharge and a cannon is there. The Phoenix will finally kill this Warp Prism. It's been causing him a lot of trouble. There is a cannon in that base as well. Meanwhile, giant push! Oh my god! Special just shoved the middle! Oh my god, Special and Estrella decided to shove the middle. I'm sorry guys, there's so much going on. I can barely keep up with half of what's happening in these games. It's absolutely insane. And yeah, they managed to break the tank line. Kelazur is trying to get more tanks out. I don't know if he can hang on though. You might have to pull the boys into this, but siege tank lines are so hard to deal with, and the way the Hellions keep running forward and tanking, the Liberators have been so good at breaking tank lines all game long. Special says, I'm bringing freedom, dickheads. I'm bringing freedom. Who wants some freedom? Maxbax and Kelazur right now, like, you guys do realize that we have more freedom than you could ever dream of, Special. We're the goddamn Brazil Danish Republic of awesomeness. Yeah. Take this, Team Americas. Anyways, I don't think he gets many probes here. They mostly hit on that base. I think this is probably, I mean, if this is unbreakable, it's game, right? Special has 176 supply, 104 army supply. He has more army supply than Maxbax and Kelazur combined. I'm going to go back and watch that break on that army, guys, because I do think something terrible happened. I don't know what happened, but I think a lot of tanks got bopped somehow for Kelazur. I don't know if there was a huge mistake or what. That was a big problem. The Disruptor's coming forward as well. He's going to try and throw some balls out. The Stalker's trying to run on backwards. Big Hellion run by on the top side. They're going to go in and roast and toast. The Zealots are going to do what they can to try and hang on, as will the Cannon, but a lot of probes have already fallen. The Hellions can kite away from that. More Stalkers and Zealots trying to come up there to support. This command center is starting to burn down. It has to lift. Kelazur has to repair. Hellion, Zealot, Stalker are going to try and isolate this base. This is the last fresh mining base for them. Kelazur is going to relocate all of his Hellions. And at the same time, he's lifting a base down there as well. He gets a pretty good fight, does Kelazur. The Blue Flame working some magic. Those Zealots, of course, getting torn up. You don't necessarily need Splash to kill DTs. Or Detection, sorry, because the Splash might do it. But the Hellion Splash not working out there. Disruptor shots coming in big for Estrella to clean up that army. Especially even bringing some units back here as well. The Stalkers for Maxbax could try to jump in on that. And does lose one Stalker to a Disruptor shot. Base down here. Special has built a missile turret in the mineral line of Kelazur. Weird shit is happening as this game just gets on down to everywhere. The Liberators are going to come in with the Aliens, the Tanks, the Stalkers, the Disruptors. As this base goes down, we see just how fragile this economy is. And ooh, Maxbax gets 2 Disruptors there and a Stalker. Not bad. His own Disruptors are now coming out. As this game is so messy, the Disruptors can look really good. They're normally not good because tanks outrange them. But because this game's had so much action, they're finding opportunities as the armies move around to land those big balls. Ooh, does take out a siege tank there. Well done at the edge of the range. The Liberators come down, and once again, Special says, freedom! Who wants to get liberated? We're bringing the power of freedom here. And Maxbax and Kelazur, that's their last mining base. They have to tap out. I told you guys I'd watch that big last fight. What the hell went down over there, man? Yeah, that was, oof. Was this it? Oh, that was it. Oh man, that was a disaster. So Kelazur's kind of pulling his army home. Oh, he got caught. Okay, so Special shoved forward. These tanks try to siege on the right side, and then the other tanks kind of, and Hellions and Cyclones all move into this choke point. And Special kind of had the siege. The Stalkers killed the entire flank of tanks on the right. Oh no, Kelazur was like basically maxed. Guys, Kelazur was maxed out. He had 13 tanks, he had a lot of Cyclone Hellion, which are not the best units, but all he needed to do was just siege these tanks here, try to get these tanks sieged up back here, but they were a bit too far forward on the right side of the map, and I mean, they couldn't push further forward, and Special in Australia just darted down and caught them out of position. I was watching this drop. I didn't realize that, look at these tanks, these 6 tanks. And look, the Stalkers are on move command for Max Packs. The Hellion Cyclone all stuck behind each other. Tanks sieging up mid-fight. Those 5 tanks get nothing done. They die to a handful of Stalkers. The Lib siege on top to finish it. And yes, there was a better quality army for Special with higher tank liberator count of Thor in the mix, but it should not have been that one-sided. That was a beautiful thrust. Ends up winning the game, getting the 2-1 advantage. All right, guys, Australia and Special, they managed to play a bit better in the early game. They got ahead, but holy crap, did they almost lose to relentless Dark Templar harassment. Australia and Special. Team Americas. Their opponents going for a very early scout. Bottom right, we have Max Pax and Kelazur also getting scouted by Australia. So both sides are going to be scouting their opponents. Of course, the probes are hoping the SCV kind of drifts over to the front where the probe can hit it. And hey, Kelazur gets a bit unlucky there. He hops off, hops back on, and that does force the SCV to reposition. Meanwhile, this SCV of Special, all the luck in the world, hasn't exposed himself for even a moment. Special's SCV winning the RNG war there, mate. And look at that, guys. MaxPack sneaks out, lowers the depot, raises the depot. Bam, 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 bam. Nexus does go down. Of course, we had a quick little pause there and had to recover from replay, apparently, as it looks like someone probably dropped out in the casting. Nexus goes down, identical timings. Kelazur is going to fast expand. Special, once again, playing for that double gas opening. So a bit more of a defensive stance. Now this map stance for the bottom team. This map is Roskalian. And with this map, you kind of have this path around here. Now this map's actually crazy good for 3-Rax Reaper and stuff because you can jump up this ledge if they don't wall it off. You're meant to wall it off. But you can also then jump down here, here, here. There's so many ledges up and down. I think you can even jump there. That's so abusive. And if you're playing this on the noob level, there's going to be Reapers jumping in from every side. And you always got to watch out for proxies down here, which Special seems to have in mind. I think that's going to be a starport. It's going to do a proxy Banshee, I reckon. I reckon it'll be proxy Banshee. Could be a Liberator. But keep your eyes on it, guys. He's definitely got some naughty plans. CV will build a command center there on the natural. It's going to go down a little late. 2 minutes 40 by the looks of it. And what have we got? Australia going Stargate. A double Stargate for MaxPax. Okay, MaxPax back to Phoenix War territory. MaxPax has shown he's the better Phoenix player in the Phoenix War in Game 1. And this is why it's a scary situation. Unless Australia fixes his mistakes from those earlier games, Adept and 2 Reapers will come in. Zealot is not going to help out very much there. The Reaper and the Marine trying to pull back there. The grenade is nice. It does buy a little bit of time, but that Zealot is still basically just going to get locked outside. Kelazur with absolutely no chill is like, dude, nope, we're not letting them inside. And these probes are in trouble right now. Australia and Special are going to find some damage. Oh, nice recall. He loses 1, 2, 3 probes. 4 probes. Already losing 6 probes in total is MaxPax. It's a rough start, dude. They played a bit greedier, but there's a reason why you don't play this greedy in team games. You can take so much damage, and now they're massively on the back foot. They're trying to hang on. If Kelazur rallies these Marines to the outside, that would be a disaster. He does change the rally point. Adept comes forward. These units are going to need to fight. That depot will go down otherwise. And look at that. Cyclone is here. Okay, nicely done. Kelazur lowers the depot. Should be able to get at least one of these Adepts. And this seems like a nice way to do it. Now, one of the problems that could still arise, even though they defend this, ooh, sloppy rally from Australia, is this is a proxy battle cruiser, but this time it's 1 port BC. So Special saying, look, proxy BC is really good. Let's F with them, but let's not do the double. That's just way too committed. The Reapers, as you can see, abusing these ledges. MaxPax does have 1 lift available, so the Phoenix will be able to kill 1 of those. The Reapers, though, still getting some very nice damage done. Another lift comes in. Only 1 Reaper left. Can't really catch that. Phoenix obviously can't actually do anything to it, and the Reapers should be able to just move back to the natural, maybe get another SCV. 1 more lift energy does kick in, and finally shuts it down. Australia's going to lose his probe on the watchtower. He says, I saw so much. And the Cyclone and the Marines are coming over here as well for a bit of a counter aggression. Special has a Cyclone, but they don't have much else, man. A few Phoenix for Australia. There's 5 Phoenix for MaxPax. Oh, you got to be so careful. MaxPax wants to take the fight. He's going to go try and find the Stargate. He's going to go try and intercept those units on their way out. Australia moving out with the probe. It goes down. Phoenix in the main, picking off those probes. And right now, you are down a Phoenix. Even here, I think. 4 Phoenix versus 5. And you're wounded as Australia. That is not good for you. First battlecruiser, halfway done. Worker count check. We've got a total of 68 workers for Kelazur and MaxPax on the bottom. Whereas it's up to over 80 workers for Special and Australia. So Special and Australia with a healthy lead of about 10 workers here. Ooh, does lose a Phoenix there. Oh, and the Cyclone actually doing quite a bit of damage, but that scan just a second too late. Second Stargate. Well, third Stargate for MaxPax. Whoa! Of course, Australia does have 2 Stargates as well. Australia versus MaxPax. You can see economy lead for Australia. Very good at building those economy leads. I think he's going to try and take a hidden base over here, a kind of semi-hidden third that he can still defend in a little while, but it's just trying to hide it from getting sniped off here right now. The Cyclone's trying to back up this air battle. This is absolutely bizarre. I'm not sure if the players are dumping the energy to each other, but oh, here comes the battle cruiser. Oh shit, already 3 SCVs. He should kill this guy. It pops out of the gas as well, and indeed he will. Phoenix on its own will not be able to deal with that. That's a lot of Phoenix though. There we go. But, oh, Australia brings his Phoenix in as well. Now, obviously, MaxPax just shift clicks the Phoenix here. Make sure he doesn't shoot the battlecruiser, so it should still be okay. It was a cute idea. Oh, but he even rallies Phoenix through Cyclones. And yet again, guys, Australia versus MaxPax Cyclone battles. I mean, I love you, Max. Max Angel, Australia. You know I'm a fan. Take this, if you hear this, with the most positivity. You suck balls at Phoenix Wars in 2v2. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry, I didn't want to say it, but I had to. What are you doing, dude? It feels like Special at Australia are just like, yeah, the battlecruiser's super tanky, and the Phoenix do all the damage, and we'll just jump in there and surprise them and win the game. Like, it feels like good plans, but the just nice execution of MaxPax where he just retargets on the enemy Phoenix, doesn't shoot the battlecruiser, and it feels like we're watching like a very simple all-in run into a true pro gamer kind of thing, you know? Like, MaxPax is just so good at reacting and handling these situations. And Special in Australia, I love their commitment to the clown tactics, but look at this, massively outnumbered by these Phoenix. Doesn't matter if you've got battery overcharge, if you're outnumbered 3-1 in the Phoenix War. Battery overcharge is actually sick. That Stalker incapable of going down. And okay, that Stalker does get picked off. The shield battery does go down as well. But I mean, you just can never catch up in the Phoenix War. You're at 3 versus 12 now. MaxPax absolutely crushing it. And when you're that far down on the Phoenix, I mean, if it was an even Phoenix count, guys, it would have been a brilliant move for Australia MaxPax. But he should have been able to realize that he was down like 7 Phoenix and just pulled out of there. And Australia, why are we chasing? No, run away, dude. What? Oh, it's because he's... No, MaxPax is the one who's... Oh, it's because he has pulse crystals, but now MaxPax has it as well. Oh, no. He was trying to use the range advantage. I get it. So he did actually rush that fleet beacon upgrade, but... Now, that was a good idea from Australia there in a desperate situation. He needed to try to do something. Economy, we've got 120 workers for Kelazur and MaxPax, and just slightly over that for Special in Australia. The problem is that Australia's useless right now. He really can't do anything. He's trying to make carriers and zealots and stuff, but the Phoenix are just so much momentum, and they can just keep finding damage again and again. Cyclones all getting picked up here, and we see a very peculiar situation. He probably should have dropped a few of these Cyclones so he could do more damage during that. Yeah, a little bit of a weird scenario. Cyclones coming in for Kelazur a little bit too late, and MaxPax just doing a few too many lifts. What you want to do is you want to lift to break the Cyclone locks, but then drop most of them, kill the remaining ones, and just make sure you focus fire in that scenario, which he missed out on. But still, 14 Phoenix versus an Australia who has 1 Zealot and 1 Stalker. Australia's going to try to take a corner base right now, because basically all he's doing is just building things. And Special backing him up, of course, by going Cyclones en masse, but there's so many Phoenix out. I don't know if that's going to be good enough. And oh, Kelazur dives in and gets a Nexus. That is massive, dude. That's so huge. He just runs in, grabs a Nexus. Yeah, he loses a few Cyclones, but they are so far ahead on the economy and the tech. I would say that I guess the units for Kelazur kind of suck, right? He's only got 3 Cyclones, whereas there's 11 for special. But if they get caught out by the Phoenix, oh, and they will. They're dead. Oh, I think the Phoenix could take that fight, man. 17 Phoenix versus like 10, 11 Cyclones. Very good fight for the Phoenix, I think. Still hesitating on it, though. I think he wants to take it. Battlecruiser does come in. This is still only that one Battlecruiser. Remember, second BC never got out before the proxy starport did get taken down. Here we go. That Cyclone will fall. Gets a bit of damage, but not enough. Phoenix still roaming around the map. 2 Cyclones will make quick work of it. Instant teleport, though. Very well played by Special. And you'll see him repair that Battlecruiser up and get it back into the action when its teleport's available one more time. Trying to go up to a 4th base is Special. We've still got lots of Phoenix up there. The carrier's going to try and fight, but you can see how quickly those interceptors get taken down. If you just look at the bars there, you can see already at half complement on one of those. Cyclone's looking for a catch. I still think that the actual Phoenix win this battle, guys, because they can pick up every single Cyclone and then still kill them one at a time, even in that scenario. When you've got almost 2 for 1, the Phoenix are obviously way better. You get it a bit closer to even numbers, and then it's hard for the Phoenix to take that fight. Kelazur up on 5 bases. Guys, I'm losing my voice. This series is actually just too epic. It's too epic. I'm surprised we haven't had any cheesy wins or anything, man. It's kind of crazy that the Cyclone's coming forward. Kelazur's got to pull back. Phoenix lifts are very brutal. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. He finally dives in there. He's going to pick up every single Cyclone. And this is exactly what I was saying, man. If they get caught out on their own, it's like, Estrella, where are you? We need your support. Well, he only had carriers. You could not get caught out on the map like this. That was so dangerous. If Special was able to keep those back, group them with the carriers, group them with the Thors, I do think they had a really good chance because the Cyclones were going to be really bad versus carriers. Oh my god, but now Special's losing everything on the ground. The carriers have to come out. Special and Estrella are gonna tap out, and nice play by MaxPax and Kelazur. That was probably the most dominating of all of them. Ties up the series 2-2. All right, going into game 5, we've got Estrella and Special in the bottom left, going for a quick Nexus. That's right, guys. Nexus first into double gate, opening for Estrella. Special, once again, sticking to his 1-base stuff. MaxPax in the top left. Looks like he's going for a more standard 1-gate expand. And Kelazur sticking with that 1-Rax expand that he has loved so very much. Now, Kelazur and MaxPax did scout. Estrella and Special also scouted. Just the 2 expansions. That's all they checked. Now, Estrella looks like he wants to go for a proxy again. So I think he's once again following this method of like, hey, you know what? Let's go for the Nexus first. Be greedy, kind of like the greedy build back on the gold base that he took map. And then try to do some form of gateway aggression to take the fight to your opponent. So we'll see exactly what goes on. Probes coming out, double Adept getting chrono boosted here. Hellions and Reapers have been coming out here for Special. He's already on 2 Reapers. One of them across the map, but there's an Adept out, and now Marines pumping out. Oh, wow, Kelazur went Marine Reactor. Very greedy opening, but he's going to get a lot of just general fighting units. Estrella now sneaking a pylon up. Starport is, of course, almost complete there for Special. Super early in this game, and 2 more Adepts on the way. So we're going to have a big Adept, a Reaper, Hellion poke. The 2 Reaper Hellion already on the right side. Behind this, Widowmine on the way. I'm not sure what's going to come out of this Starport. Looks like Tech Lab. Okay. So progressing to the next step is Special. Reaper Hellion running in for Special on this right side, the purple of the map, making it hard to see the color of his units. That was a fresh mule snipe. Ooh, 200 minerals of opportunity cost just taken out of minerals that would have been mined. And look at that, the Reapers coming on in. The Hellions and the Adepts will take it out, but not before another SCV or 2 goes down. Meanwhile, the Adepts are here as well. I don't know if they killed anything. It looks like MaxPax has actually lost 4 probes this game. And the Adepts are going to get out of there. Not bad at all. The Hellion will get picked up by the Phoenix, but that's all of its lifts used up. Guys, 4 probes, 2 SCVs, and a Marine. Not to mention the Mule went down as well. Remember, that Mule does not show up in the units lost tab, but losing a fresh Mule, that's going to severely slow down Kelazur. And that's why early game 2v2s, you've got to drop those Mules in the main base for a little bit longer than you would in 1v1, because you never know what's going to come your way. Siege tank at the front, bunker there. Not really guarding the right side, so that is still wide open. And that's 8 Adepts! Oh my god, the tank's covering most of the mineral line, but they could do big damage. 8 Adepts are coming in. Where's that shade? Siege tank does get a shot off, but they do delay that one. He's going to go straight for MaxPax mineral line. That's exposed. Oh my god, MaxPax probe's already trying to evacuate. Nice cancel on the shade there. Meanwhile, on the other side, Special. He's going for a tank. Cyclones. One Cloakless Banshee is all he's going to commit to this game. The Adepts are playing rather chill. They don't want to overcommit and get their butts kicked. Where's the tank? The tank pulls back to the high ground. They're worried about being all in right now. Starting to pick up these Adepts. Ooh, juicy pickups. Manages to grab 3 or 4 of those. The other Adepts will shade away for it now. Max Pax is up on 2-star Phoenix. He's pumping it. Australia's going to try to swap into Phoenix by surprise. But remember, that caught Max Pax off earlier in the series. Will it happen again? Where Max Pax is like, oh yeah, you played ground, doop-de-doop, I'll make Void Rays. So far, Max Pax is continuing Phoenix production, and that means it's going to be very hard for Australia to catch up on the air. Adepts are getting taken out by these Phoenix really quickly. They're going to shade in though. And there we go. SCVs are pulled away. Australia trying to recall. Man, this feels like it's getting really inefficient for Australia. But then I look at the worker count and see 3 players tied on 40 workers. Australia's on 57 with a 3rd base, a fleet beacon, a 3rd Stargate, +1 air weapons. I mean, yes, he's 9 Phoenix behind, but he is going to explode into Phoenix play. The thing is, right now, there's no real way to deal with the Phoenix harassment. So Australia, I mean, he can weather the storm. He can definitely take a few punches. Cyclones and the Marines and whatnot trying to defend the bases. Special's got to be careful. Those Vikings could get jumped on, dude. I'd like to see Australia take a 4th as well. I know it sounds silly. I was saying, hey, Australia, you've got to turn your economy into army more often. Stop just building workers and taking bad Phoenix fights. But in this case, a 4th base to continue his worker advantage is necessary because Max Pax will catch up on 3 base, but I don't know if he can catch up on a 4th. And look at that, doing more SCV and probe kills there, keeping Kelazar and Max Pax down in the 40s. They've got that Phoenix count, which is really nice. And he's actually going to go straight carriers. He's going to bypass Phoenix entirely and go straight to carriers. What the hell, Australia? Oh my lord. Kelazar's moving out to a 3rd. Max Pax is thinking about starting a 3rd base against a 4th that's already down for Australia. Oh, it's so dirty. And look, Max Pax is like, yeah, you're going to play Phoenix versus me, aren't you, boy? Scan goes down and sees the carrier on the way. That is so crucial. That's really huge. Now, do you keep building Phoenix and just try to dive and kill the carriers? It's a very valid decision for Max Pax to do that. You just keep getting them, keep the numbers low, and you'll be fine. But I don't know if he's going to be able to do it with the Cyclones and Vikings backing Australia up. He's going to dive on in, go for some probes. 1 missile turret is not going to stop you from doing this. And he could pull back that weak Phoenix. Indeed, he does. Vikings are coming in as well. A lot of probes going down. Knocks Australia down to 63 probes. Max Pax still down by 12, and a Phoenix does fall there. Cyclones at the front for Kelazar as well. Max Pax has a very scary army. But the first 3 carriers are out. They've survived for now. Battery overcharge. Can always heal them up as well. Very hard to kill carriers over battery overcharge with Phoenix. Kelazar. Oh, actually, Max Pax already taking the gold base. Very nice. So he's going to get a bit of a boost in that regard. Phoenix coming forward. Watch out, carriers. Oh, battery overcharge, though. Keeps them alive. They take some damage. 1 Phoenix, I think, may have gone down there. A bunch of interceptors do fall. Can pick up all these other units. He could take down this army. Oh, he's going to take out these units. Oh, why doesn't he just jump on it? Max Pax being a bit of a coward right now. And Kelazar is locking onto the command center, which is very cute. I think Max Pax could have taken that fight. He's going to go after these carriers. He's got to move forward, though. He's got to move forward. Oh, you can see it's really hard when the carriers run away. Because the moment you give a move command, your Phoenix, if they get out of range, they might actually change targets there and stop shooting the initial carrier and start shooting interceptors, which you do not want at all. He's going to go for another carrier dive. He does get it. The missile turret is helping out, but that's a few carriers that have gone down. 5 Phoenix for Max Pax first, 2 carriers. Think he'll take that trade any day. He's going ham on the workers. Australia and Special may have the bigger economy right now, but for how long these Phoenix are doing so much damage. They do lose 1 Phoenix there. Nice lock on to the command center. Kelazar being so annoying. But where is Kelazar's mech transition right now? He's got 5 factories coming up. He's very Cyclone focused. Is that the right way to play it, though? I don't think so, guys. He needs to go Thors as quickly as possible, knowing that you're up against carriers. Oh! He launched his interceptors on the rocks! Australia, big brain Australia. Not only is he opening up the gold, but he's also preparing the interceptors so they don't have to launch only a few at a time. Whereas if they're already out, you can just immediately go on those Phoenix. But oh no, he's out of interceptors. Oh my god, 1 carrier goes down. Max Pax can just dive this dude. He gets another carrier. Oh my god, okay. Cyclones and Vikings do chase him off momentarily. A few more missile turrets come up as well. Dude, Special backing up his boy with the missile turrets. Oh, damn. Oh, okay. Oh, man. That tank gets taken out. The Cyclone gets taken out as well. And here we go. Okay, Phoenix are going to try and dance around 88 probes, 68 probes, 74 SCVs, 71 SCVs. So that means, what is that, a total of 152 workers for Kelazur and MaxPax? 160... yeah, 159, 69 workers, I think, for Australia and Special. I'm not good with numbers. I think it's 169. Phoenix are, once again, trying to just work this angle. Remember, Interceptors are basically free. They just take time to rebuild. So he is taking out a lot of the Interceptors. Australia's down to just 30 Interceptors, 28 Interceptors, 26 Interceptors, 23, 21 Interceptors. And even though he's killing a Phoenix occasionally, when his Interceptors are gone, the Phoenix are going to dive in and try to focus him down. But battery overcharge is here, and that forces him back, forces him to disengage. He's got to just pick up these Cyclones, Hellions, anything that he can. Of course, the battery overcharge is still going, but not for much longer. I think he went back in a bit too early. He's still baiting out the Interceptors, though, keeping those carriers really useless. Whenever their Interceptor count is low, Kelazur's going to run forward and try to take out some of these Widow Mines. Oh, he's got some Thors as well. I said he had to go Thors. He apparently shares my thoughts there. If he can get out a good number of Thors, it's going to be game-changing. Ravens would be huge in the late game as well. But now the Phoenix are going to be picking up a lot of these Cyclones, taking them on out. A few Phoenix will be going down, though. MaxPax, what's the transition? Apparently, it's Tempests. Oh, shit, guys. He's going to just take the carriers down from out of range. I think that's huge. I mean, unless Special gets up a good tank count and blasts the Thors or something, that's going to be awesome. And look at this. The Widow Mines have been so effective on both sides. They're so good against all these small units. MaxPax does find a Liberator of Special down there that was denying Kelazur's expansion. Both sides expanding like crazy. This Hellion runs in there, does a little bit of damage, kills a couple probes, nothing major. And the Cyclone fight does get won there by Kelazur. Both sides scanning up and getting to massive armies. Special a little low on the supply count. It feels like he's definitely not where he needs to be just yet. He's got a few Viking Cyclones. He's building lots of tanks going on upgrades. But meanwhile, the Raven transition is already on the way for Kelazur. And I think you're going to need Psystorm and High Templar with feedback to deal with that. This is something I know in their earlier series versus Maru and Beyond, which I cast first-person view, you could see Special shouting at Australia in the late game saying, make High Templar, we need High Templar, we need Storm for late game. And this is going to get to that situation where he's going to need it. Storm on these air units, huge Storm on those units, and feedback on the Ravens will be a game changer. Australia is on 14 carriers right now, but there's 9 Tempests and 20 Phoenix. The Cyclones there have to be careful of the siege tanks. I think, honestly, MaxPax would love to pick these units off, dude. He's got the Revelation on him. The Phoenix are going to be kiting down. The Tempests need to focus fire. You can see the way MaxPax has his Tempests on 1, Phoenix on 2. And look at that. Once they're revealed, the Tempests want to pick off those carriers from afar. He should be going for it, man. He could pick them off, but now they're a bit too far back. They're in the safety area. Phoenix going to split off to the bottom side. Mama's there. Finds a base with a couple cannons at it. Could sacrifice a few Phoenix to kill 10, 15 probes here. Well worth it. Indeed, dude. These Phoenix have done so much damage. Cyclones of Kelazur being annoying, but they will get cornered. Ooh, carriers are going to deny MaxPax base over here. Very nice. I want to check in on the workers killed count, guys. Kelazur has lost 7 workers, MaxPax 10, and Special has lost 16 SCVs, Australia 31. So a lot more worker kills coming out of MaxPax and Kelazur than for Australia and Special, but Australia is almost maxed on 17 carriers right now. Tempests are meant to counter carriers, but the whole point is they need to shoot, pull back, shoot, pull back, shoot, pull back. You can see they're picking off a carrier from very far away, and you only really need enough Tempests to one-shot carriers. Another carrier goes down, another carrier gets very low, but he did accidentally change targets mid-volley there. The Tempests are doing so much, and honestly, you've got to go ground as well with this as MaxPax. If you can add Storm, think about how good that is on all of this, that sort of stuff. He's recalling. Where is he recalling? Oh, he recalled the carriers back somewhere. Where did they go? Oh, it was an offensive recall. Mama recalled all of the carriers. Australia says, F you, let's base trade. I do way more damage than your shitty Tempest army. Phoenix can't shoot down, bro. And okay, he's going to try and recall. MaxPax is trying to recall here. Interference Matrix is available already. Those carriers struggling, though. He's going to try and focus this down. He's just going to dive. He says, oh, we can't let you kill my bases. I can't let you get close. And MaxPax, he goes for the takedown here. But Australia, he's got really good takedown defense. He evades it. Oh, man, he does end up getting clobbered a little bit. Loses a lot of the carriers. He took out some bases, some SCVs. And MaxPax, man, you've got to be careful. He's got the biggest biceps in all of Denmark, man. It's very scary when he gets those Tempests on you. It gets very dangerous. Mama goes down just before she gets to safety as well. Swapping into Void Rays is Estrella. And that there is a very, very interesting choice. We've got Tectonic Destabilizers and Void Rays from MaxPax. Both sides are going to go Void Rays? Is that good? I don't think that's good. I think, what? Is it? Do Void Rays beat Thors or something? I don't even know, man. I know they don't take bonus damage from the Tempest, though. The Tempests here are standing and fighting against carriers, which is not usually advisable. But, dude, there's just not that many units for Estrella. I think Estrella's maybe just straight up dead here. The Phoenix count is finally gone. We can see here that the Tempests are doing some good damage. But, okay, speedy Void Rays, of course, do chase them off for now. Kelazur is getting pushed back on the ground, though. Wait, Kelazur doesn't have any tanks? And he's not building them? Okay, that is a problem. Kelazur is playing Thor Raven, which does beat this army if you get enough Ravens and you can Interference Matrix all the tanks, but otherwise it's kind of rough. These Thors do beat Tempests pretty bad. Remember, Tempests aren't the best straight up fighting unit. You don't want to go in and fight like that because the Thors will take them out very hard. The tanks are sieging up and getting a really good angle. Special with his mech army trying to carry this forward. Right now, what do we got? Mass Void Ray for Estrella. On the way, Mass Void Ray for MaxPax as well. Both sides have the Fuckfanes upgrade. They are looking rather healthy in that regard. Void Rays are going to somehow thread the needle, only taking a single Widowmine hit on their way north. This is a very sexy attack because they've got a great position. They deny this base. Estrella says, hey, if I can get some more bases, that'll be huge. MaxPax is going to try and stop him there, but two Void Rays just get snapped out of the skies. Prismatic Alignment is one of the most sudden, explosive abilities, and these fights, you know, they go down so quickly, but Estrella does lose a few Void Rays on the way out. That base didn't have too much mining left. They're denying bases down here if they can get in range of some more, and it looks like they're going to get in range of more bases. Special marching forward. Still 9 Tempests are out. They could focus down these carriers, but there's no ground for MaxPax, and I think this was a huge mistake playing pure Skytoss. Imagine if he had some Immortals or Disruptors, something he could do to help slow down this ground army, and Kelazur having no siege tanks to support, and I think that's the big difference. It's I have more Thors, and I also went Ravens, but not anymore because the tanks have gotten so much value. Now the Thor count's actually in favor for Special, who's also got those 6 siege tanks that had so much range splash damage. The Tempests are doing a very good job of just picking off siege tanks and units wherever they can, trying to just, of course, pick them off. Remember that the Tempests have 10 range versus ground. The Thors have 11 anti-air range, and so they do take out 3 Tempests, 4 Tempests, 5 Tempests go down. Only 8 of those remaining Void Ray carrier in the bottom right side. Gets a command center. Estrella's going to pull out of here now. I think he's saying leave, leave, leave. Pull back and rebuild, dude. I don't think we can do this anymore. The Void Rays come forward, and you can see they do actually kill Thors very quickly. The Void Rays that I was doubting earlier are pretty sick. They turn off Prismatic Alignment, though. That's a very dangerous situation right now. And, dude, MaxPax, he's got to be careful. He cannot stand his ground and fight. But, well, look at that. Goodbye, carrier. The Cyclones are here for Kelazur as well. Oh, another carrier should be falling almost instantly here, and it does. Tempest for Estrella as well. We're going to have a Tempest fight. The long-range sniper units are going to just be going at each other, seeing if they can really pick away. And MaxPax beating both of these guys back right now. But remember, Kelazur and MaxPax economy took a big hit. They need to retake all these bases as quickly as possible. MaxPax has retaken the top, but these 2 bottom bases need to have command centers and Nexi and whatnot floated out to them. The top side is getting very, very efficient, but Widow Mines have gone in there, so at least there's a bit of harassment. That's what's been missing a little bit, I think, for Kelazur and MaxPax. If they could get some more Hellions, Widow Mines, deny these empty bases, maybe pick off this command center in the middle, that would be huge. Special and Estrella are right now trailing in the supply. Kelazur and MaxPax have rebuilt an incredibly scary army. 2 Ravens, 13 Thors, 10 Tempests, 14 Void Rays. But their SCV count is so high that at max, Estrella and Special will eclipse them in army supply. And that's something you got to be careful of because look at the banks, look at how many resources are left on this map. The next fight should decide this game. Neither side will be able to rebuild from there. MaxPax with a recall. He's going to come down here. Void Rays will find a command center potentially, but that means sacrificing their lives. Oh, Estrella losing so many Void Rays there. You can see the Tempest raining down death and destruction on those Vikings. If Kelazur can bring his army to bear as well, this could be a good fight. MaxPax thinks about going for it, but Kelazur's not there yet. There's not many tanks this time for Special. I think we should take this fight. I think Kelazur should absolutely be spreading up here and just attacking into this because I think MaxPax is going to be able to win the air battle. And if he can win the air battle, you just need to make sure your Thors are spread out in a line. They're very damaged right now as well. I do wish Kelazur was repairing those Thors. He's got 3 Ravens in there. The Tempest battle looks like it should go well for MaxPax, but there's 9 Tempests actually for Estrella. Most of them aren't here. They're still rallying in. He's bringing 3 Tempests from the top that he accidentally had up there. This Widow Mine, 11 kills. This one, 10 kills. They are slowing down the economic build-up. Even long-distance mining for special right now. Tempest going in. The carriers are fighting. Anti-armor missile actually lands on MaxPax and Kelazur. Nice play by special. The single Raven coming in big. A lot of these units running away. And oh my god, the mass Widow Mine. He can't stop the Widow Mines. The Void Rays cannot stand and fight, because if they take the Widow Mine splash, they get obliterated. The Widow Mine splash completely changes this scenario, and this is what I was talking about. Where are the Disruptors and the Storm on either side? Both Protoss players dropping the ball on not getting any splash damage on the ground, but Special ends up making a game-changing play at 2 points in this game. Number 1 was Siege Tanks, number 2 was Widow Mines there that forced Kelazur and MaxPax to run away. If they stood their ground, their units were so clumped, the Widow Mines would have absolutely annihilated them. He runs 20 Widow Mines on top. Special with the big brain play. He says, guess what? Splash damage is good in 1v1, in 2v2, and a choke point, it's even better. And that really messed up the math on that fight for Kelazur and MaxPax, who are now down on their last legs. MaxPax is trying to make more Tempests and Voids. Kelazur right now is still building Thors and Cyclones. He does actually have 6 tanks out, and they are starting to, or 3 tanks, sorry. And he's actually trying to build more tanks to deal with this army, which is the right call, but their economy is getting taken out. Australia branches off into this base, that base as well. We've got a battle here. MaxPax's probes go for a bit of a run by Australia, warps in 2 slow zealots and says, what's that, dickhead? And MaxPax probes, of course, will die, unable to win the battle versus the zealots. Surprisingly, MaxPax probes pretty good, but not that good. Ooh-wee. Okay, here we go. Tempest and Void Rays rotating around. They're going to go down to that right side. This is I mean, Kelazur's remaxed. He has a giant army. So if you can maybe win the Tempest War as MaxPax, and you've got more Tempests right now, I mean, yeah, you've lost all your probes, but that's the supply. You might be like, oh, he's so bad. He's got 100 supply. He has more supply than Australia. So there's 200 supply. It's just that Special's army is very scary, but Special leaving his tanks behind. Void Ray surprise says, oh, thank you for the discount mech army there. I'll absolutely take that one up. And that Cyclone actually kills the Tempest there. Very nicely done for Special. Does have to pull back from the high ground. Hellions. Oh, no. Kelazur's economy's about to go to Dicktown. Oh, anyone call for some barbecue? And those SCVs get roasted and toasted. Now, MaxPax here still with some fantastic micro. Of course, he doesn't have the Revelation. He needs scans and whatnot, especially against these Widow Mines. He's got to start picking those off. Hellions are going to have a Hellion battle. Bernie Cars versus Bernie Cars, always a fun one. Tempest's looking for the pickoffs. He gets a carrier. Can he get another one? Oh, good counterplay by Australia. Does end up taking most of those out. You can see that the Tempest count is 13 for MaxPax, 7 for Australia, but Australia is building 5 more right now. Healthy mining base, healthy mining base, healthy mining base. Meanwhile, on the other side, we've got, yeah, healthy mining base, and yeah, it is kind of a healthy mining base, but these 2 bases are being actively denied. They're being actively denied, and that's really bad. One Thor rallying down does get taken out, but once again, where do you defend? How do you defend? As Kelazur and MaxPax, do you defend up here or do you defend down here? They're trying to defend 2 different areas, and Special in Australia are like, hey, every second we hang here, we're denying your mining. MaxPax, I think a clever move to go for the counterattack. The Void Rays will come in. Prismatic Alignment will take out the cannon and the Stalkers, as well as that Nexus. Gonna go down on that base. Tempest battle going down! The Thors aren't here. MaxPax's a little too slow to pull back. He is still up 2 Tempests in this situation, but as he gets pushed back, it's hard for him to land the hits on the enemy Tempest. The tank line is getting broken here. Interference Matrix is coming down for Special as well, but MaxPax answers with some very good Tempest focus fire, and he's gonna keep on doing that. Oh man, it's just, he really needs to make sure he targets these big air units using the maximum range. Another base gets denied here from our top MaxPax Kelazur team, but their Void Rays are going to deny all of the economy of Special. This fight will decide the game. Tanks are sieging up. The Tempests are here. These tanks could be game changers for Kelazur, and yet the Thors just obliterate them. Special's Thors are walking right through the tank fire. They just do not care. They've got 400 hit points of pure Chad power. Grit, iron, determination, steel, and raw sex appeal in these German bad boys. And I gotta say, when you're at the end of a 2-hour best of 5, I know what they're saying inside that Thor suit. Oh yeah, I feel the pump. Oh, it feels like I'm coming day and night. It's fantastic. They have definitely been down to Gold's Gym at Venice Beach all friggin' week because look at how buff those big boys are. The Tempest running away with their virgin long-range sniping power. The Chad Thors don't even give a shit, mate. They're like, we're just gonna march on to victory. It looks like the Void Rays had to run back for MaxPax. The Tempest trying to outrange them, trying to do what they can for MaxPax. He's been very good at avoiding running into the Thors and picking off individual units, but Kelazur has almost nothing left. Kelazur's building a couple of tanks with his last bits of money. They have almost no income, and these Thors are going to force you to run away. Any Thor hit landing just crumples these Tempests. Estrella's actually up in the Tempest for the first time in this game. The Drilly boys are here. Special says, taste my drill! And MaxPax goes in for one last desperate engage. He just does not have the numbers. What an absolutely disgustingly beautiful best of 5. We got to see the power of late game, and I've got to watch that last fight one more time because I do think those Widow Mines changed everything. Let's take a look and actually check what happened because there's so much happening in these fights. It's really hard to follow, but there was a fight here where things got really interesting. So let's take a little look-see here as, of course, big congrats to Special and Estrella, the champions. Man, imagine Disruptors landing on these. So this is it. This is the fight, guys. Look at how clumped Kelazur and MaxPax are, and there's only 2 siege tanks. They're way out in front of their battery cannon as well. And there's actually 10 Widow Mines that are just going to try and run up and burrow on the army. And the thing is, if you just A-move, they're not going to get targeted. Because they're not burrowed, they're not considered a fighting unit just yet, so they're lower threat priority. And look at that, anti-armor missiles and a good Thor volley kills a whole bunch of Void Rays to start the fight. And already, you're looking at a very scary situation. So they're trying to pull back. The tanks get caught out. Some of these Widow Mines burrow. The Ravens get taken out by the Widow Mines. And then you're going to see them unburrow and run forward one more time. But look at how much damage he takes trying to squeeze up. The cannons and the batteries actually trapping his Thors outside his base. You can see they all get stuck there on the ramp. And they're actually getting blasted. While the Thors and the tanks of Special form a bit more of a long firing line. And you can just see the power of going first, getting on top of them, and having some explosive splash damage in the mix. This was the most important fight in the entire series, and essentially ended up winning the game for them. Really well played by Special and Estrella. And these Thors, Big Daddy Thors there for Special. They just wreck Tempest head-to-head. GG, well played. What an epic 2v2 Grand Finals.